Hey guys, it's Main here. So it's been a while since I've done sort of an IE or toolbox review, so I figured I'd now with the release of World 6 and with how much I've been progressing my account, I figured now would be a good time to sort of reevaluate, see what I really should be prioritizing, and seeing if what I should really be doing just to progress further into the game. Right now, I'm pretty close to unlocking the portal for the Skydoggy spirits, so uh, pretty good time for me to pause, see what my characters need to upgrade, and see if we can go forward from there. So now would be a good time to sort of go through an IE or toolbox review to see what I can do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So off the dashboard, I can see there's a lot of tools my characters could be using right now. They could be upgrading. Before I did this, I realized that I started upgrading some of the gear actually. So I went on my archer, crafted a bunch of the tools. I got my characters up to the appropriate skill levels to equip the Marble Glass tools, at least some of them. So my some of the characters I've been neglecting for quite a while. By the way, I need to swap the cards out of this character because I just made gear for it. I can go ahead and spend some candy, level up their gear. That way they can at least equip Marble Glass. I definitely don't have enough resources, God Shard bars, to make the God Shard gear yet. So that's going to be somewhere way down the line when I want to do like 2-minute claims on archers to get the God Shards in going to get that equipped. I might do it for my V-Man and my Bubo because this is my most expensive classes, the ones I try to focus on a lot. V-Man not so much, but it's nice to have the skilling efficiency, the stuff that those tools give. So just generally for skilling, V-Man's really good for it. So may as well spend a little bit extra here and there to pump that up. But first page, I'm seeing just tools. I do have, I think, a building actually ready to pop, so I'll go ahead and do that. I'm trying to upgrade my tower defense towers to push tower defense even further. I think my current wave minimum is about 130 on every single one, World 1 through World 6, so doing good so far on that regard. Apart from that, I have traps ready to claim, but I do rely on the Trapper Drone right now. I do need to re-trap everything because I have had a huge efficiency boost through cooking through World 6, as well as the God Shard Vial gave me a lot of skill efficiency. So I do want to go back to do trapping. I might not actually go for straight critters. I might just do nature traps to get everyone increased trapping levels, just so I can go for the new traps. As far as I know, I don't think they really give much in terms of like new traps. Same like the royal traps do, but generally it's just good. It's just more stats, another stat stick I can throw on my characters. So something I want to do probably in the future. I might do that, might not. I don't know, but it's something I could do. Okay, apart from tools, I guess I'll go to general account progression and just see what I could be doing. I like to look at stamps quite a lot. Stamps, I feel like, are pretty underrated. People tend to not notice them, or they tend to go unnoticed for quite a while because they're literally the first thing you're introduced to into the game, and because of that, people may not look back on it, especially with all the content bloat that this game has. When you get into like World 2, World 3, when you have to worry about alchemy, then you have to worry about refinery, construction, all that stuff. Stamps kind of go unnoticed. But especially with World 6, stamps are really important thanks to the carrying capacity that is introduced for mining materials, general carrying capacity, all that kind of stuff. So definitely something you want to go back, and it should be like your first point to focus on if you're ever stuck in progression. Generally, I think my stamps, I've been on top of it for quite a while. I have a 10,300 stamp level or so. I think on the dashboard, or just general account overview, yeah, you can see total stamps 10.4k. My bubble's 32.2k, so pretty good there. Going back to stamps, anything in particular, I'm trying to focus on multi-tool stamp. I just upgraded this from 170 to 180. I'll need the oxygen atom bubble to reduce this by quite a bit before I'm able to actually do this. So I can't really do anything with this right now. My next focus is probably the crystalline stamp. I do have boring bricks being made on pretty much all of my guys. I did do the vial for both thread and nails, so those are 13. So I'm just doing boring bricks to get more crystalline mobs to level up the stamp to get monster spawn chance. I do need a lot of bricks for that when I get these stamps, gilded and stamp reducer together. Apart from that, I suppose alchemy speed's not bad. Actually, forget that. Liquid regen speed and cap for all liquids is something I want to focus on a little bit later. I do want to boost up my liquid regen, especially since I'm starting to hourly click bubbles. I'll get into that in a little bit. I'm trying to get more money, so I did do probably like 100 or 200 hours of time candy on green mush while trying to level up the god shard bar to level 4 in the vials. So I did one of my archer killed a bunch of green mushrooms, got a bunch of god shard vials because I used the talent that he had to progress forge by quite a bit. So kind of knocked out two birds with one stone. I got a bunch of money percent on my bubo. I got so I'm upgrading stat graph stamp, upgrading capitalist stat stamp, stat Wall Street. All these are huge money sinks late game, but they give you base stats, which is crazy good. As you know, for like money farming for bubo, for example, or just general damage pushing for all your classes. Something people also tend to forget, which I'm trying to keep up on as well, is the stat stamps. These are incredibly good for progression. Some of them are really easy resources the later you get into the game. Like, I know these are World 5 resources, but generally you are able to push this, maybe except Uzi Soul Stamps. The Uzi Soul resource might be a little prohibitive for some people, but the fact this gives base stats is something you really should be looking into, especially since base stats give you accuracy, they give you damage, and they're scaled off of all stat. So something really good to look at if you're stuck. I could be upgrading this. Dementia ore is not really that hard to come by, especially since this stat doesn't require any reduction to upgrade. Something I could be pushing a little bit further. Apart from that, my stamps are pretty good. As far as I can tell, I've been focusing on some of the more World 6 stuff. I did unlock this stamp. God knows when I'll unlock this one, but that might be good for progressing levels. I did spend a bit more time focusing on ladle stamp and multi-tool, like I said. Ladle stamp, because cooking is massively boosted because of World 6 buffs, so that's pretty good to focus on. A lot of these are red because either I don't have carrying capacity or I require massive reductions to be able to print up. I did do a massive look through pretty much all my stamps not too long ago. So, anyways, moving on to World 2. Well, I guess I could look at Anvil. I did. I don't know if you can see the points, but I did go World 1 through World 4, all the monster resources to get those up. So all those are done. Everyone has the points for those. Pretty much I put everything into anvil speed and carrying capacity just so I can get these down to 1 day. Like 1 day claims. That way it's every 24 hours it's collected. Some of them, I did use candy on this guy so he's full. But I am hourly clicking one of the bubbles that increases anvil speed. So I overshot carrying capacity on purpose for some of these characters. So I'll get into that a little bit, but actually right now I'm doing bubbles. So I got I upped carrying capacity on the anvils quite a bit. So I did that on purpose because I'm upgrading Hammer in alchemy pretty much on hourly clicks, so I'm getting a bunch of production speed. So there's a reason I overshot it. There's like 2 day claims. Within a few days, I imagine that's going to go down to 1 day claims because how much production speed I'm getting from Hammer. Anyways, on to alchemy itself. I am hourly clicking quite a few bubbles. What hourly clicking means is I 3D print enough resources where every single hour it's producing 1 billion, which is for the most part the hard cap for a lot of bubbles in alchemy. So once you hit 1 billion, you're able to just upgrade. This one as well, upgrade. You know, all these ones that are, I'm able to print 1 billion per hour. So since I have Doot, I'm lucky, I do get a 6 times multiplier. So the base value you're seeing here is actually multiplied by 6. So I'm getting about 1.9 billion copper ore, a metric fuck ton of oak logs, a bunch of bleach logs, jungle logs. I'm not quite there yet on plat ore, but I'm producing 2 on this character. So I'm able to do, was it strong tools? Yeah, strong tools. Pretty much every hour, as well as I have enough base iron ore and gold ore to be able to hourly click those. So those bubbles would be, name I guess, which is just a base damage bubble, which did get nerfed at the beginning of World 6 after like post level 300, so it's not something you really need to focus on, but it's something I am able to hourly click. Um, so yeah, something you want to look at if you're interested in hourly clicking. If you really want to be sweaty, you don't have to. It's definitely not recommended for your sanity to do that, so you don't have to do that. But it does boost your progression by quite a bit. I've been hourly clicking for around about 2 weeks now, and these stat stamps were previously like 300, 400, and now they're 14, almost 2100 here. And it helps increase my cooking roadkill by quite a bit. This was previously like 70% capacity. So if I bring this down, it was, I can't even tell, but it was pretty low level. Those pretty easy gains. Cooking roadkill, as you know, is pretty good for cranium cooking. So something you definitely want to look into. I previously wasn't able to do platinum ore. I'm starting to do that so I can get more mining efficiency and consequently fishing efficiency, because that applies to fishing rods as well. So that's my goal right now, is to try to push scaling bubbles for warriors up to 90%. That's kind of my overall goal right now, as you can see. The mages I did get over to 90%, so I got Hocus Chop this up. I had to add him this because you can't hourly click nails, unfortunately. I got Labrain Tools up to 90%. It's hard to hourly click cereal just because catching is a pain in the ass. I say that, but my bubbles in archery are very lacking. I figured focusing one thing at a time is probably best. I wanted to get the Equinox thing done, so I did logs first since those are easy. Right now I'm focusing on warriors just so I can get more hourly click bubbles. My goal is to get enough mining efficiency to be able to hourly click Severa Purple, so I can get 1 billion void ore per hour, so I can hourly click that. It's going to be quite a big goal. Probably not going to get there anytime soon, but that is one goal I have. Apart from that, the good ones are 90% Molt Orange, Dream of Ironfish, Shimmeron, and something that does go unnoticed, Big P. If you have Doot, or if you're utilizing some of these skilling gods, the minor link bonus you get, I think one of them gives you like AFK all gains. I can go to World 5 to check real quick. Go on the altar. I think it's Harry Up. No. Yeah, it's coin gain. There is a one, yeah, Gohara. So the Goat God, he gives you AFK gains for all characters. So the higher your divinity level, in conjunction with the higher level of Big P, the more AFK gains you get. Some of them give you, it's just damage. I thought they gave you skill efficiency. It's got skill XP, but the AFK gains is the big thing here. So if you have a high enough God level, as well as a high enough Big P level, you can get pretty good AFK gains on that. So something to look at. Definitely something something you should be focusing on if you're trying to get like skilling up and you're done with your main bubbles here. So there's that. Alchemy's looking pretty good. Generally, if you are progressing the game, I wouldn't do what I'm doing where you ignore a certain bubble, but I have certain goals where once you reach really like kind of sweaty status on hourly clicking some things, so my goals are a little different. Generally, if you're progressing the game, you want to focus on all the classes all at once. As we've learned from World 6, you kind of want all your classes to be equal. You don't want a main class, as some people are pointing out. So definitely equalize these. No bubble left behind will help, but it'll only help so much. Going on to vials, I do have quite a lot of vials upgraded. I think I have 41 at level 13. I am missing the last bubble here, just because I haven't gotten there yet. So eventually I will be getting there. Most of the vials I do have are minimum level 4, except the obvious ones like Ball Pickle Jar, Bob Joe Pickle, and obviously this last one. I did recently get the God Shard vial up to level 4. I had to hourly click on my archers, as I mentioned, so that was a big upgrade for me. A little bit more damage on my shaman, on my bubo. I don't have hamsters yet. I don't want to do that. I am working on getting the copper vial up. It's a pain in the ass, as you know, to get the bars upgraded, so it's going to take me a while, but I'm getting there. It's level 12 right now. I'm purposely not leveling this up yet, just because I want to get some of the vials, some of the bubbles up to 90%, or sorry, to like 100 mils, that I can start having them. Namely, what's that one? Carpenter. It's going to take me a while, but I'll eventually want to Atom this bubble, just because build speed is pretty good, and it's one thing I'm lacking in right now. So there's that. Sigils really got boosted due to World 6, thanks to summoning. Summoning really gave you a bunch of sigil speed. For super late end gamers, it really doesn't mean that much. But sigils are, I think it takes, before the gains from World 6, it took about a year to progress all this stuff. With the sigil speed upgrades, it's going to take way less than that. It's still taking me almost 30 days to get Peculiar Vial up, but I definitely want to focus on this, the gold food bonus, which is what I'm doing, so I can get just bonuses for all the accounts. But I have some of the important stuff like Peapod done, I have Trove done. Yeah. I'm going to World 3. My printer is looking good. I recently did resampling on some of the skills. I haven't done resamplings in about a week and a half, 2 weeks on logs. I mainly wanted to get enough efficiency to get toilet logs up to like hourly clickable rates. So I recently did that not too long ago. I did add snowball vials, snowballs up to on my Beastmaster, just because it's another vial I could get to level 13, so I figured may as well, since I have enough resource from the spore caps and the bullfrog horns in my printer for my refinery to just keep going for a while. So I figured may as well try to get this level 13 the vial, level 13 when I can. I did do fishing reprints because some of the World 6 tools and bags require some of the new fish, obviously. So I did reprints for those. I'm doing sand sharks right now to upgrade my stamp. So that's something I'm focusing on right now. Let's see. I am trying to get this vial up to 13. The cookie multi is pretty nice. That's pretty good. Refinery, I am trying to get everything up to... I am pushing redox salts and the green salts, red salts and green salts up as much as I can. So that's on not on auto refine. Pretty much everything else, trying to get this up to level 12, is on auto refine. Just because I don't want to push the levels yet, because it'll throw me out of balance, I suppose. You can see the hourly rate here. If you look, this is 677 cost per hour. This is 692. So once I level this up, this would go out of whack. So I need to level this up first. So there is a chart you can look pretty much anywhere online. You'll be able to find in sort of infinite cycle for refinery. Atoms, not really something I want to focus on. General atom gain is not something I care about right now. I'm mostly focused on hourly clicking, so I'm not really focused on pushing atoms right now, since I don't have a real need, except for, I guess, fluoride to push. Eventually I will be focusing on atom gains. I figure once I get my scaling bubbles up to 90% in the warrior category, I might go focus more on atom creation, but as of right now, it's not my main focus. So it's in the back of my mind, but it's not something I want to push right now. Equinox, I'm kind of hard stuck. I am almost there at level 500 in all my characters, thanks to World 6. In general, class XP gain. So that's something I'll be getting relatively quickly. Kilroy is just a pain in the ass, just because it's Kilroy, and I neglected it for almost like 3 months when I started the game. So not as good as it could be. The bonus here is not something I necessarily need. It's nice, but not necessarily something I really want to focus on. 100 billion green mush kills. I'll get there eventually, not anytime soon. But something in the back of my mind, just because it gives you a bunch of money percent, and also this upgrade's not really that good. So green stacking, I could probably get here in about like a month or two if I want to. I do have some quests on my ES for items I can green stack, some quest items. Namely the stopwatches. That would be a pain in the ass, but something I can do. It's a 10 million follower quest. I have this done, but I have these two. Something I can do pretty easily. And the 3D print with Red Frisbee, I probably can do it on a V-Man speed run. Not something I really care about. Equinox bar fill rate is not something I care about right now. I do have upgrades I could be pushing if I do have Equinox bar fill rate, but again, not something of my main focus. I'm mostly focused on skilling right now. Buildings are building. I'm trying to, like I said, focus on tower progression. I could go back and do shrines just because I recently unlocked the construction mastery through Rift. At least I got the 1500 building level, so I can go back and do the shrines just because they just unlocked 100 extra levels. Something pretty easy I can do. Death Note, I recently eclipsed World 1, World 2. I might go back and do World 3 just because the massive bonuses that World 6 introduced. Almost all my characters are in the trillions of damage. They have the purple numbers. So something I might go back and do is just go eclipse World 3, maybe World 4. I do some of the characters up here eclipse just because I was trying to get gold string and perler shells to upgrade my tools. Worship, I pretty much use charge on all my characters for the most part. I really want to push my V-Man up because the species epoch upgrade that he has to get more souls and more trapping critters. So I am focusing on all those characters, not really using charge siphon. Generally, charge siphon's pretty bad, especially with the advent of new skulls coming out. I could definitely upgrade some of the skulls as well in some of my characters. I've been neglecting to, just because I previously didn't have the resources, but now I do. I do have the salts to upgrade them to Luciferian or Dreadnought skulls. So I can do that in all my characters, something I'm probably going to be doing in the next few days. Prayers are prayers. Like I said, trapping. I'm on 20 hours right now, so they're auto-collecting in a few hours or so. Salt Lick I could be doing. I do have... I could push these. Liquid rate and capacity are pretty important, so Mousies are something I want to focus on, and total damage dealt, something I could be focusing on as well. I'm almost there. like 70 million off, but I'm almost there. Yeah, construction board, I've been focusing on cogs, so I'm getting a lot of player XP. This was previously 3,000, now it's 5.2. So the EXP is by far the most important stat. I have the full board unlocked, so my main focus right now is just getting a bunch of player XP. So I am focusing on cogs, getting more player XP and just pushing that up. And I have my 2 DKs on the board right now. They're pushing my build rate, getting a bunch of EXP, leveling up fast. Cooking was massively increased in World 6 thanks to a bunch of the levels, mainly this new meal that came out with more cooking speed, and the massive amount of cooking multi you can get from summoning, as well as the star sign, and a whole variety of things. Just the increase in cooking speed. I was previously at like E32 or something like that. Now I'm at E40 or so cooking speed. So that is a 8 magnitude increase in cooking speed, which, if you know math, is an insane amount of cooking speed increase. I still have every single day I get like a massive increase in meals. I just did these yesterday, and I still have meals I can use 1 ladle on that I can increase. So something I'm probably gonna have to focus on this pretty much every day until I can't, until they're like 30, 40, 50 ladles. I recently threw my second Blood Berserker into the kitchen to get a bunch of ladles, so I'm gonna be going back and doing that. I was out of ladles because I was massively increasing the cooking speed. Now everything's back down to 1 ladle, so I'll need to go back into the kitchen, spend like 30, 50 each on each of the meals just to upgrade them. And as you can see, some of them are already ready to upgrade, like the gold food bonus, the total damage. So I'll go back and do those real quick. Laboratory's laboratory. I have all the chips. I have all the nodes, things, whatever. Yeah, so I'll go back and do that. Rift's done. Should be done. Yeah, Rift's done. Okay, we're fine there. Sailing, I have all Eldritch artifacts. As we know, as data miners have showed, there's going to be another tier of artifacts, so I super can't wait to do that. Pretty sure everyone's excited about that. Wow, can't wait. Divinity, pretty much everything. All my characters, I believe, were Divinity level 100 plus, so I don't think I have any problems there. Gaming's a pain in the ass. Everyone knows how bad gaming is. World 6 skills. Oh, nice. The UI is updated for sneaking, just not summoning. Okay. Yeah, farming. I recently used up all the upgrades available for the pepper. So I'm moving these. These are going to be upgrading over to, I think, tomatoes, so I can get extra crop space. Yeah, as you can see here. So I have, what's this one? The +1 crop. So yeah, the tomatoes are the next big upgrade right now. So I'm going to need a lot of tomatoes, which is what these are upgrading to. So I'll be focusing on that pretty soon. I might need to go back to do the tier 1 crops so I can get the strawberries done, especially because that gives you +1 crop. That's pretty big. So farming, I didn't really focus on it. I didn't really feel the importance of it until the week after World 6 was released, and I realized how important it is. So I'm starting to catch back up on that, so that's my fault. Sneaking, I gotten pretty far. I'm on the, I don't know what floor, but this guy, I have 9 out of my characters unlocked, I believe. Just my last character is just sitting here, and a little too high detection to want to do that right now. I do have some good relics. I have some of them in inventory, just kind of cooking right now. So they're good. Sneaking's progressing. Summoning is going pretty well. I suppose I can hop over to summoning real quick just to show you. I do have a bunch of the bonuses. I have 8, 13, 9, 4, and 1. I did finish the first purple battle finally. It's just the progression right now is kind of slow just because of essence gain. I try to upgrade my bubbles where I can to increase essence gain. Right, essence gain isn't in the game yet. Green essence gain, I did get this up to an atomable level, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm focusing more on skilling as opposed to some of the World 6 files because I don't have enough atom generation to really focus those. So something I'll go back and do. But I'm progressing summoning at a rate I'm comfortable at right now, so not something I want to focus on. I'd rather go back, get the skilling bubbles like strong tools. Out with the clicks. Strong tools when I can, and that's my main focus right now. So overall, account's looking pretty good. The thing I would like to focus on, kind of as of right now, is just alchemy, just doing hourly clicks, getting my efficiency up a little bit more. Cooking is something I could be doing right now. I'll go back pretty much after this video is done to go upgrade the meals that are 1 ladleable. I'll probably just put them on the kitchen for about 3 seconds and they'll upgrade anyways, so I'll go back and do that. Some of the meals are almost max, well, for now, max level. I have a Jade Emporium upgrade I can just buy right now for 10 more max levels. And that in conjunction with the no meal left behind is really pumping cooking. So cooking is going phenomenally well thanks to World 6 buffs and upgrades. So there's that. So yeah, just to recap overall, my main goal right now is just to increase efficiency, finish out cooking a little bit, upgrade some of the vials level 13 as I'm working on 2 of them right now, at least 2 or 3 of them. Pushing World 6, I'm almost unlocked the next portal. I have enough damage to last me for days. That's not something I really focused on. And apart from that, just making the rest of my tools for my character just to make sure everyone gets up to Marble minimum, since I have the resources to upgrade them as such. So yeah, progression is going pretty good. As always, if you guys do want an IE review or toolbox review, feel free to let me know in the comments below. You can shoot me a message on YouTube, on Reddit. I'm pretty active in the Idleon subreddit, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask, throw it out there, and sort of tag me if you want another IE review. So let me know. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next one. Have a good one.